Let's see the difference between a male and female and see what kind of woman you need to marry.
Inspiring habits.
First of all, the male is dirt. That's where we get the word humus from. And the female is dirt. She's taken out of the man, and God built her out of the man. The female, like the male, is physical. They're not spirit, they are physical. The man on the inside is spirit, but the body is physical dirt. Thirdly, the male is sensual, the female is sensual. In other words, the bodies operate on senses. Fourthly, the male is the temple of the spirit. Well, the female is the temple of the spirit. Fifthly, the male must be managed. Well, the female must also be managed. These bodies need to be controlled by us, managed. Well, here's the difficulty now. The male was placed in the garden first. The female was presented to the male in the Eden second. In other words, the female met the man in the garden. The issue is this: you should always marry a man who you meet in the garden. Meet a man in the presence of the Lord, you can't go wrong. You don't go out of the presence of the Lord to find a man and try to get him back into the presence of the Lord. She met Adam in Eden. Secondly, the male was given work first. She was created to help him work. Number 4, the man was given the word first, but she was not given the word directly, which means that she was supposed to be the recipient of the word through the male. And fifthly, he was given an assignment first. She was assigned to dominate with him, which means she's also a dominator. Well, here comes the difficulty. The male is the responsible head. Head doesn't mean better, it means responsible. The female was sent to help him. She's a helper. Secondly, the male is the provider. He is the source. She's supposed to be the incubator. Thirdly, he's the cultivator. She's supposed to be the producer. Fourthly, he is the giver. She's supposed to be the receiver. He's a protector. She's supposed to be the encourager. He's a developer. She's supposed to be the nurturer. He is the source of as a teacher. She's supposed to be the resource, the one who gives the commands after she learns them from her husband. He is the teacher, but she is the prophetess. Now let me explain what a female is supposed to be. First of all, a female is supposed to be a helper. In other words, a woman in the beginning was a woman who was designed by God and equipped by God to help a male fulfill the assignment that God put him in his life to do, his vision. So a woman is not a one who comes to destroy what the man's vision is. You don't want to marry a woman who comes to tell you how to run your life. You don't marry a man and then try to dictate how he's supposed to live. Ladies, you're quiet. It's your turn now, so sit up straight and take it. God says, I will make for him a what? A helper. Now, a helper is not the one who runs the show. See, the reason why marriages don't work is because we got a monster. A monster is any creature with 2 heads. A wise woman helps her husband achieve. A good woman studies her husband. She doesn't irritate him. She doesn't criticize him. Secret lady, what a real woman does is she keeps asking him questions. She tries to find out what his dream is, what his vision is, what his desires are. Her goal is to study him. Honey, what do you want to do in the next 10 years? Sweetheart, what do you see us coming to in the next 20 years? Honey, how do you see us developing in our children? What do you see the future of our home is? Baby, can you tell me, what do you see for the business? You have any ideas? What are you going to do with, are you going to stay in this job forever? Or what are you going to think about this? What are you going to, keep asking him questions. Why? You want to get his vision. Most women come home. Where you been? How come you ain't doing nothing? Oh, lazy thing you. We ain't going nowhere. Where we going with our family? What's wrong with you? You just like my daddy. You worse than my daddy. That's a stupid woman. A woman from the beginning is a helper. And you can't help somebody who you don't know the assignment. Even if your husband is not the ideal man, you are supposed to help him become that. Maybe he doesn't know the Bible like you. But don't sit down and say, well, let's have devotions. And then you say to him, why can't you find Corinthians? You're not helping the guy. You are demeaning his ego. You're destroying his pride. You're supposed to buy him a Bible with the little tabs on the outside. Come on, somebody. You got to help him. Help the man. The Bible says that a woman builds her house with her hands, but tears it down with her mouth. So women, if you want to be blessed, just shut up. All the men say, help me, don't kill me. You are supposed to be a helper. Now let me tell you something about helping. The Holy Spirit is called the very same thing a woman is called. He's called the Paracletus, which means one who comes alongside to help. So the Holy Spirit does not take over your life. He never does. He always comes to help you do what you are doing. That's why it's not a proper prayer for you to pray for the Holy Ghost to take over a meeting. He wouldn't do it. That's an insult to him. He's not built to take over a meeting. If you don't plan, he has nothing to do. So men, what you got to make sure you do is make sure the woman that comes into your life, you have a plan for your life before she comes. Because you see, a woman comes loaded. A woman comes with equipment ready to help. She got intuition, she got intelligence, she got wisdom, she got insight, she got sensitivity, she's got power, she's got incubation, she got all this anointing, and she comes into your life to help you. But if you ain't doing nothing, she can't help you do nothing. Now some women come into man's life and the men are doing something, but she is so possessed with her own importance that she believes that what she's doing is more important than what she meets him doing, and now she wants to tell him to forget what he's doing and try to do what she's doing. That's usurping authority over a man. Stop it, ladies. Men, make sure you have a vision before you invite a woman into your life. But women, if you meet a man with a vision, don't create two visions in the house. Submit your vision to his vision. Write the word vision down, please. V-I-S-I-O-N. Now write the prefix down. Die. D-I. The prefix die means two. T-W-O. Two. Now put die in the front of vision. What do you get? Division. What's division? Two visions in the same place. That means if a woman comes with her own vision and doesn't submit to the man's vision, you got division. That's the word for divorce. So don't come with your bank account and tell your husband, I'm going to have my own bank account. No, no, no. The family is a business. And you put all the resources in the same place, and then if you decide as a company to divide the account, you do it as a company. Don't come there with your own private secret vision. You see, we got this idea that what is mine, what is yours. That ain't family, that's division. The woman is a helper, not a destroyer. Secondly, ladies, you are a producer. When the man cultivates you, you produce things. If a man gives you a sperm, you produce a child. If a man gives you a home, you produce a beautiful house to live in. If a man gives you groceries, you produce a meal. You are a producer. And sometimes we produce things that ain't good for the man. A woman is also, very important word, an incubator. God designed the female to be an incubator. Her whole body is incubation. An incubator is something that gives life to everything. If whatever you give an incubator, it gives it life and it gives it back to you. Whatever you give an incubator, it multiplies, it gives it back to you. That's why women must be careful what they listen to and who they listen to and what they hear. Because women incubate everything. If you want to hear something again, just tell a woman. If you give a woman a word, she gives you a sentence back. If you give her a sentence, you get a paragraph. If you give her a paragraph, you can get yourself a book. If you give a woman one sperm, you're going to get a sperm back. She's going to give it life, multiply it, and give you what? A baby. You give her a house, no problem. She'll give you a home. You give her frustration, she multiplies it and gives you hell. So if you give a woman gossip, you know, when the Bible talks about gossip, it usually refers to the female. You wonder why, huh? Well, why say the woman destroys with her mouth? Because a woman keeps multiplying stuff. So women, if you want to be a good wife, make sure you receive the right stuff. Because whatever you receive, you're going to multiply, remember, and you're going to give it to your husband. So if you're on the phone talking all day to a woman who's divorced and you're not, if you talk to women whose marriages ain't working all the time and they keep talking to you, it's going to get into your womb, and then your husband come back and you start speaking negative and suspicious things to your husband, when in fact you were receiving that junk from your friend on the phone. No wonder why Peter says, women, be like Sarah, live a quiet life, have a quiet spirit, don't be noisy, don't be gossipers. Why? Because whatever you receive, you dump on your husband. Watch those soap operas you're watching all the time. You're an incubator. You produce what you keep listening to. A man is a protector, a woman is an encourager. This is very important. The female at the beginning, Adam had a woman who was his helper. When a man begins to share his dream with you, you need to encourage him. You ever heard of a man talk his vision to his wife and she says, that's impossible? You ain't got no education, you don't have the right contacts, you don't have the right associations, you don't have the right personality, and by the time she's finished with him, his dream is dead. She's supposed to be a helper, supposed to encourage the man even when it seemed impossible. If anyone's supposed to cheer her on, it's supposed to be her. Most men are afraid to go home, so they stop at the pub. They spend hours with the brothers who encourage them to build their courage up to go home to face the one who destroys them. You wonder why your husband won't come home much? And he comes home after you sleeping? It's safe then. This ain't funny? Sometimes you wonder why your husband like to be in church all the time? Church is safe. Some men work late because home is too dangerous. No encouragement home. Where you been? Why you late? Why you wear that shirt? I don't like them shoes. Why your hair so bald? What's going on with your life? Why you so stupid? You're just like your daddy. You're just like your brother. And by the time the guy is finished, let me get out of here. So Peter says, go on the roof and sleep. You're supposed to make your home such a comfortable place that he can't wait to get home. Sometimes the most dangerous place for a husband is his house, because all he hears is negative, discouragement. I tell you, a good woman makes a man find it hard to go to work in the morning. That's how you got to make him. Make it hard for any woman to stop him on the way. My wife is a dangerous woman, man. My wife do me so good that when I see you, you don't exist. My home is my haven. I can't wait to get home. She makes the home so safe from all the pressure out there. Encourage her. Woman is a receiver. That means women always want what they see. She's built to receive. Now ladies, listen carefully. You are a receiver by design. Shopping centers were made for women, not for men. Now this means that a woman, whatever she sees, she desires. So a woman never have enough pair of shoes anywhere in her house. She sees another one, she wants that. Sees another one, she wants dresses, she wants them all. She drive past a house, I want that, baby. I want a house just like that. You can't afford it, but she wants it. Now ladies, this creates a problem. If you notice in the book of Proverbs 31, it says something about that noble woman. It says she doesn't cause her husband to go after spoil. Very important statement you keep missing there. A good woman doesn't cause her husband to go after spoil. What that means is a good woman, even though she sees everything she wants, she doesn't pressure her man to go get it. Some of you women are demanding things that are putting pressure on the family. You making your husband go out and half kill himself on 2 jobs because you want to keep a car that you can't pay for. The pressure you put on your husband to move in an area, to build a house right from zero. You just got married, now you want a house that's worth 200 million pounds. Put pressure on the guy. You want to wear the shoe that other people are wearing. Listen, the lady wearing them shoes, she been married for 20 years. You just got married. You can't afford those shoes. Don't put pressure on the man. If he buys you a pair of shoes and they're plastic, appreciate it. Nothing is worse than a husband buying something for a woman and she doesn't wear it. I'm giving you a hint, women. If you don't like it, pretend. Why? Because when you don't appreciate what your husband gives you, it's an insult to his manhood. I don't like this house. This stove ain't working. I don't like this. Shut up and enjoy it for a while. Keep encouraging him. Stop complaining. Don't put pressure on the man. You cannot have everything you see. Let me explain this to you. A female is an incubator. That means she receives information, she expands it, and she gives it back to you. A female never keeps anything. Now they may hold it for a while, but you will eventually get it back. And it'll never come back the way you gave it. It comes back multiplied. Let me just close by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. Marriage is an honorable thing, but the bed is undefiled. You keep it pure by understanding the needs. Notice who's on top. Who's on top? God. Everything came from God. Who's the first one that he made? The male. Out of the male came what? The female. And out of that came what? The marriage. And the marriage produced what? A family. And the family produced what? A community. A community is a multiplication of families. What is a nation? A multiplication of communities. So all of us are the nation. That there is the community, and that is the family, and that is the marriage, and that is the female, and that is the male, and that is God. Now, whenever there's a problem in the nation, here's how you solve it. Whenever there's a problem in the nation, if it's promiscuity, if it's divorce or whatever, you've got to go backward to find the problem. So you start going back to denominate the problem. If the nation has a problem, you go check the community, see what's wrong. Well, the communities are made up of what? Families. So you go back and you check the family. And you check the family, something's wrong with the family, you find out why. Something must be wrong with the marriage. You check the marriage, something's wrong with the marriage, then something must be wrong with the woman. Well, why is something wrong with the woman? Because something must be wrong with the man. And then the man got to go to who? We got to go to God. And when you go to God, then God says, let's reverse it. Let's find out who the problem is. And he begins with who? The man. He will come and return the hearts of the fathers back to the children.